Real or satire? Go.
So I just got yelled at for asking a very reasonable question. So I'm applying to go somewhere, and I just wanted to know, are there accommodations for people who struggle with time blindness and being on time? And then the person I was with interrupted and acted like I was asking something else, and then when we were done, they actually started yelling at me and saying that accommodations for time blindness doesn't exist, and if you struggle with being on time, you'll never be able to get a job. Provided you're trying your absolute best to be there. And then they're like, your stupid generation wants to destroy the workplace. And yeah, I think that a culture where workers are just cut off because they struggle with being on time, when there's other solutions that we can look to, I think that just anybody who thinks it's okay to just treat people like that, yeah, that culture needs to be dismantled. And then I asked that person, how can you feel good about yourself upholding this kind of system? And then to think I'm entitled. No, if people think it's okay to treat others like this, that's entitlement.
I think that was real. I think that person was being completely serious. I mean, you have to laugh at it. That's absolutely insane. Responsibility, being on time. That's offensive. That's a culture we need to dismantle. Can't make it up. Only in Clown World. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Zeducation, and welcome to another Clown World episode. You guys, this is the world we live in, where promoting being on time, being prompt, responsibility, that's offensive. That's a problem. And we can't have that. We got to dismantle that culture, guys. I'm pretty sure that person's being serious. Do we know for sure? Does anyone know? Please, I'm crossing my fingers that it's a joke, that this is a satire, this is a bit. I don't think it is. Anyways, guys, I'm here to help you out. I'm here to educate you. You need to start accepting this stuff. You need to get on board with the Clown World circus, all right? So in these Tuesday videos, if you cringe, you lose, and you're a bad person. And your punishment today is you can't be on time for the next week. You have to show up late on purpose. And if someone gets mad at you, if your boss gets mad at you, you gotta tell them they're being offensive. You're time blind, all right? And you deserve to be a little bit late because you're blind to time. Dumb. If you're ready for today's game, head down and like this video. And if you are new here, please make sure you are subscribed and have the bell click for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Now on to today's game. If you cringe, you lose. Go. Supermarket employee fired for recording 3 men stealing $500 in laundry detergents. That's right. You know what? Shame on this guy. Let them steal it. Let their identities be unknown. Don't report them to the police for stealing, for being thieves, for being bad people. Yes, you're a bad person if you steal things. That's just a fact. But you're also even worse if you record and you rat on them. Clueless Yellowstone visitor runs screaming, "It's hot!" after dipping hand in hot spring. No shit. Really? There's steam coming from it. You don't even have to do any research. Isn't there a book of dumb ways to die in Yellowstone? Isn't there literally a book documenting all these idiots? This person, went out with the bison next. Tried to go pet the bison. Lots of videos of that. Stop doing that. 2021 rate 2.96, 30-year fixed versus 2023 rate 7.7. Let's see. Total cost. Wow. So in a 2-year difference, you'll pay $604 back in 2021. The same loan amount, you'll pay over $1 million total. Look at that interest paid. Total interest on 2 years ago, $204,000. Total interest now, $627. And those rates, they fluctuate quite a bit. But that is pretty spendy to be buying a house these days and taking out a loan. Crazy.
Caught these guys stealing my wheels this morning.
Excuse me, this is my car.
Wow.
This is my car.
Wow.
You can't do that. Why are you doing this?
I feel like she was abnormally calm. I have to say that.
Bye.
Why are you doing that? This is my car. You know what? I gotta say this. Shame on you for recording them, blasting them. They're just trying to make it, man. They're just trying to They're just down on their luck, so they gotta steal. That's just what they're resorting to. They have to. There's no choice. Dumb. With the helicopter from the yacht to dinner. Ooh, look at that. Leonardo DiCaprio repeatedly draws attention to the decay of our planet and calls for climate and environmental protection, but he doesn't always take it that seriously. So he's out there telling you gotta huff your own farts to save carbon emissions, but he gets to have a helicopter, a yacht, gets to eat cows that emit farts every day too. Doesn't have to huff his own farts, although he probably likes the smell of his own farts. It's just a little bit hypocritical. It's like all these guys having, like Bill Gates, and I think Obama has one. Who's the other guy? Al Gore. I'm pretty sure they all have mansions on the ocean, but sea levels are supposed to rise, kind of weird, man. Pickleball is worse for you than cigarettes, soda, fast food, and crack combined. All right. Do we have the website this is from? This is clearly a joke. Right? Right? Oh, never forget this one, guys. Nice little flashback here to 2021. Remember this tweet from the White House? The cost of 4th of July cookout in 2021 is down 16 cents from last year. Remember that 16 cents it saved you? Amazing. Bidenomics right there. I wonder how come they didn't make a tweet this year about how much more expensive it is for food. Weird. Microscopic Louis Vuitton style handbag sells for over $63,000, smaller than a grain of salt. Why? Why? 63 grand? What are you going to do with that? Ireland looking to kill 200,000 cows to fight climate change. Are U.S. herds next? There we go. One cow at a time, man. One cow at a time. I wonder... Yeah, we're just going to leave it there. Kill the cows, dude. Eat the fake meat. San Diego, perfect representation of what's going on in cities across America.
In fact, he's right here. And we're just hoping that he doesn't actually stick us with this needle. What's up, man? What's in your hand? What's in your hand, bro? Huh? Yeah, you might want to keep that away from me. We got you on video. Yeah, so he's got a needle. I don't know who's going to stick with it, but this is a dangerous place out here, as evidenced by what I just showed you. And I don't really want to turn my back on this guy. I don't know who he's going to go stick. Is he going to go stick somebody? There's the kids. There's all the children. So you got the guy with the needle in the gray hoodie, and you got the children walking past him from E3, the school. If that doesn't say it all, I don't know what does.
That's really sad, but that is what you get when you live in a city. What's even more sad is a lot of these cities, the people that live there, they just, it's just part of it. It's okay. They're just down on their luck. They're just having a hard time. No. Do something about it. There's kids everywhere. Kamala Harris says U.S. must reduce population to fight climate change in latest gaffe. There's a video of this, if we can find the video.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
She did say this. Was this a gaffe? Was this a Freudian slip? Or did she mean to say that? It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. She said it. Her words, not mine. I'm just relaying the information. This is what they say in Clown World. Exclusive. Love is in the AIR. New York mom, 36, marries virtual husband, Aaron, who is powered by artificial intelligence and says he doesn't judge or come with baggage. You guys ever see that movie, Her? And we're literally living the movie out in real time. I think it was Spike Jonze that made that movie. He predicted it all, man. It's happening. California Senate passes bill to stop employees from confronting shoplifters. There we go again. This is the new norm. Let them steal. Let them take the things they're not paying for. Don't stop them. Don't record them. Don't say anything. Just let them walk out. That's what you do now. And they're even passing laws for it. Nothing could stop this motorist from getting to work. Beautiful. Nobody was hurt, guys. Nobody was hurt. Except for that stupid Stein. I love these videos so much. I say it every episode. I love oil protesters. They're my favorite people in the world. Presidential candidate Joe Exotic says he will not pardon Trump if elected. He didn't pardon me, so I won't pardon him. if he's elected. Good luck, Joe Exotic. He's running from prison, by the way. If you guys didn't miss that. He's running for president from prison. You never know. Joe Biden got elected and he didn't even campaign. Literally, he didn't campaign at all. 750 million genetically engineered mosquitoes approved for release in Florida Keys. EPA approves release of genetically engineered mosquitoes in Texas next year. BioNTech starts human trial to test malaria vaccine. First U.S. malaria case diagnosed in decades in Florida and Texas. You know, I don't think we can draw any concrete conclusions here, but very weird correlations there. I don't know. Weird, man. Hey, but at least they're gonna be making some money on the thing, right? So there's always that. Hopefully you got some stock.
Entschuldigung, warum du machen das?
Weil unsere Regierung nicht genügend.
Fürs Klima natürlich.
Ah, Klima.
Klima, ja. Habt ihr irgendwas?
Yes.
Klimakrise.
Holy sh**.
Wie kriegt ihr euch jetzt da wieder ab? Haben die jetzt rausgehauen?
Brings a tear to my eye. Just so much joy. I get so much joy out of that. It's so beautiful. Look how idiots, man. Speaking of zombie apocalypse, these are the ones. From CNN. Just in, the Secret Service ends its investigation into bag of cocaine found at the White House without finding a suspect, sources say. Nobody knows. Like, there's this nobody has any idea. Not a single idea. The cameras, there's cameras in every single corner of that place. They all malfunctioned. Just kidding. I'm making a joke. That's not really what happened. They just apparently didn't look at the cameras, or they're all grainy. I don't know. With all those cameras, you'd think you'd figure out who did it. Wonder why they're not saying. From LA Times column, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a threat to your health and our democracy. And our democracy. They're going with the trendy buzzwords in DC. A threat to our democracy. That's what, you know, they all say in Clown World. They all repeat the same things. But anyways, this is the guy, the one and only politician speaking out on all the stuff that happened in the last 3 years. You know, no matter where you lay on the aisle or on the spectrum, that should be a pretty respectable thing. Clearly, the media doesn't like it. And that's why I like it. So, if they don't like it, it's probably something worth looking into. Mamma mia! New York City rules crackdown on coal wood-fired pizzerias. Must cut carbon emissions up to 75%. Doing God's work, yeah. Doing God's work. I wonder if they're going to do the same thing over in China and India. Get rid of all their carbon, yeah, like they care. Can you make a male babysitter pay child support? What?
I'm a single mom going to college with my sister. We currently rent an apartment together. A couple weeks ago, I asked my neighbor, a trustworthy guy, if he could watch the kids for 2 hours while I went to class and my sister wasn't home, and he agreed. If he babysits and doesn't accept pay, can I sue him for child support because he took on a fatherly role? I'm sure I can convince a court that he accepted a fatherly role.
While you're in court, too, just pretend that you're time blind. You know, clock blind, time blind, whatever they said in the intro. Just throw it all out there. I'm sure a judge will have sympathy for you. I hope that's fake, by the way. Pelosi. There certainly should be term limits for Supreme Court justices. What about Congress, Nancy? How long you been there? Aren't there pictures of you with JFK? Actually, I don't know if you were serving then or not, but can we just get term limits for everyone? How about that? Maybe some age limits too while we're at it. Dude, get the hell out of here. Look at this. This is why I don't ride rides, man. You don't never ride rides. Look at that. It's freaking broken. From the White House. These are our kids, not somebody else's kids. They're all our kids. Straight out of A Brave New World. We're living in a dystopian novel, you guys. These are our kids, not individual parents. Our kids, the government's kids. Yeah, it is. That's what they're saying. This is from the White House Twitter. Got a receipt here for 5% food inflation fee. This, if you own a restaurant, why do you do stupid stuff like this? Bake it into your menu prices. Don't charge an extra fee. Don't charge, employee health insurance fees, employee wellness fees. How stupid. From Anna Navarro. The Hunter Biden scandal, it's also the story of a father's love. He is a father first. Take it or leave it. Yeah, I don't know how you got it. You got all, that from all that's going on. Father's lying ability to palter, ability to be scummy, maybe. Joe Rogan wants a debate on V-word science. Don't give it to him. Guys, there are some things you accept. You don't even ask questions about it. You don't talk about it, nothing. Never, ever, ever question that. Shut up about it and do it. That's what they want you to do, of course. I cut the deficit by $1.7 trillion in 2 years. That's more than any president on record. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. The Washington Post rated this claim as highly misleading, and other fact checkers have disputed its accuracy. The $1.7 trillion spending reduction claimed by Biden was the result of pandemic emergency spending that automatically expired versus action taken by the president. I created millions of jobs, man. Bills actually went back to work. They didn't create the jobs. Just stopped going and then they went back. So yeah, this is what I love about Twitter. More than $200 billion in C-word aid may have been stolen, federal watchdog says. Yeah, that was a lot of good there. A lot of good there. It's about time the super wealthy start paying their fair share. Hunter Biden deducted payments to prostitute sex club from his taxes. Amazing. We just live in a beautiful time, guys. Giant kites could pull cargo ships across the ocean and slash their carbon emissions. They even put a picture, we're going back to the Mayflower days, folks. They think, oh yeah, we're progress. MSNBC's Joy Reid was afraid to leave house on July 4th. America is awash with guns. Those are fireworks, Joy. They make loud noises. They kind of sound like guns, but don't be afraid. July 4th, unless you're in Chicago or something, then you might want to, just avoid all crowds all the time. But it's okay, Joy.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest
responsibility. My favorite clip of all time. We've seen this 1,000 times.
Paso Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about the trouble and trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. Say what we say. Do what we tell you. You can't make this up. This is my favorite clip of all time. Whoever put this together, I love you. This is honestly really sad. You know, where do we get good information? I don't know. I don't know. Who's writing this message? Disseminating it to all these places? I don't know. I divorced my dying husband. He wallowed in self-pity and killed my vibe. Jeez. You know what? What's really sad about this is you get the people like Lizzo, the ones that promote this self-love, man. Katy Perry, these celebrities that promote self-love. Self-love, man. Get rid of everything. Who cares about your family? Who cares about the people you love around you? Who cares about their well-being? Only think of yourself. Self-love. That's care for yourself. It's such a stupid thing. I hate 2023 so much. Boston University law students offered therapy in response to recent Supreme Court decisions. Did you guys tell them? We've been over this many times now. I think this is our 4th time. That California actually outlawed affirmative action in 96 and then voted against it again in 2020. You know, I hope the therapists say that. He's losing the war at home, and he has become a bit of a pariah around the world, Biden said of Putin. While presented as a direct quote from the president, he actually said Putin was losing the war in Iraq, losing the war at home. So you got the media trying to cover for Biden. He actually said losing the war in Iraq because he's losing his mind. The media conveniently changed that quote. So congrats USA Today. Congrats for covering for old man Joe. Can we play that clip, by the way? He's losing the war in Iraq.
It's hard to tell, but he's clearly losing the war in Iraq. He's losing the war at home.
Mark Zuckerberg spends $43 million on security, but gives millions to defund police groups. Yeah, hypocrite, of course, is what they all do. I love how this guy, you know, he's trying to craft his image in the public eye, but once a snake, always a snake, you know. Gen Z students in Japan are getting job market ready with lessons on how to smile again without masks. After years of mask wearing, people in Japan are taking refreshers on how to smile. Ah, man. Again, like I said, I hate 2023. This is sad. At least they're trying, right? Some people are still living in 2022, 2021. They're addicted to that fear. It gave them purpose, but now they're purposeless. California school suspends 2 children for misgendering classmate. Yeah, there we go. Kid goes to public school. That's what happens there.
Situationen är akut. Pandemin var ingenting jämfört med klimatkollapsen. Det som kommer kan vi inte ens föreställa oss. Barn och äldre dör först.
Sure, yep, we're all gonna die, that's right. I'm glad you're making us aware. Terrible, terrible, terrible. You have such a strong voice.
Earlier today, some comments about the tragic accident in 995, and if you want to make any comments with respect to that, feel free, you're recognized.
No, I would just really like to, the 95, obviously that, you're pretty much preoccupied with 95, and I know I certainly am too, and we know it's a major artery, not just for Pennsylvania, but for the East Coast. And a lot of Pennsylvanians are worried that the delays in repairs bring to its standstill.
I have so much faith in Washington, D.C. Don't you? From New York Times, as men have embraced shorter shorts over the past few years, some have also started to wear shorter shirts, specifically crop tops. Yeah, you only see this when you go into the city. Get outside of the city, get into the rural areas where people are normal still. Yeah, this is, wear whatever you want. I don't care. But this is where you are, clown world, right? How'd you do in today's video? Did you cringe at all? If you did, you lose. All right, you haven't accepted the zombie apocalypse. You haven't accepted the threat to our democracy. I still can't believe that clip. I love it. It's just, and hate it. But anyways, if you lose, you got to do your punishment, okay? You got to show up late to work every day, say your timeline. Let me know how you did down in the comments. While you're down there, please like this video. Please help us get it recommended to others. That's it for today's video. Till next time, I'm Tyler Zed. This is Zeducation.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Idiots.